Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and convos collide. I'm your host, the Cobra.
I'm your host, Mo Money.
I'm your host, O-Dog, a.k.a. O. What's happening, fellas?
What's up, Cuzzo?
What's up, Money Mo? What's good with you?
Well, hey, ain't nothing, big dog, nothing.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, good to see you boys, man. I'm glad y'all joined today because for our viewers and listeners, this is a special episode of the No Cap Sports Show podcast. We've been getting, as you may have heard, from last week's announcement that we're on vacation until the end of the month. But we decided to give you guys a special episode because we've been getting a lot of messages and texts asking about our opinion of the 2024 NBA draft and the Bronny James situation. And then now we got free agency popping off this week. So we about to give y'all what y'all want. So shit, let's get started now. Ain't no need to hold off on the people. So 2024 NBA draft. What we think about it? Start with you, Mo. What you got?
Man, I mean, it's what the people said. It looked weak to me because I'm not going to say I'm an NBA draft aficionado. What I do is I watch some games before March Madness, usually tournaments, and then I try to fill out a bracket. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I watch the North Carolina games because I'm in North Carolina. I didn't really have a whole lot of players that I was like, oh, man, I can't wait to see this guy in the NBA. It was a few, but not like it usually is where you like, man, I'm going to follow this guy. I'm going to follow that guy. So overall, I hope every young man prove what the next statement I'm going to say wrong. I felt like it was a weaker draft, but that's for you to prove me wrong. Get in the gym, put your work in, and prove me wrong. But I felt like it was weak. I feel like there was a winner in there, and the LA Lakers was that winner. Overall, I felt like there was some teams in there that passed on Dalton Connect that were losers because you don't want to draft a young man that's already mature. What we doing? Like a lot of these guys that's 18 years old, they're gonna wash out before they even get to their second contract because you're really not gonna invest that time. So Those are my thoughts on the draft, fellas.
Right. Oh, dog, what you think about the draft this year?
I don't have no opinion on the draft. Don't know none of them motherfuckers besides the boys from Tennessee. And I don't know none of them motherfuckers, man. I don't half the team. Half the motherfuckers was from France and Europe, Egypt, Barcelona, shit like that. I don't know where them motherfuckers was from, man. Bottom line is the game is changing, and the shit shouldn't be called the National Basketball Association League. They need to change that shit to the World Basketball Association League because there ain't no more NBA. Because that shit is worldwide now, and half the motherfuckers winning the first top 5, top 10 was the damn French team. You know. And I just, I don't really, I like I said, I didn't know half the people. You don't get a chance to see them play if you're not following the Euro leagues and things like that. You don't really know. The only person that I really knew was the boy from Baby. It's okay to be on camera. It's okay. Shit, man, fuck these people, man. We good. We good. Fuck you talking about? You a bad motherfucker. Shit. Nah, ain't no my bag. Shit, we in the house. So with that being said, I don't know half them motherfuckers, man. But the boy, I was happy to see the boy from Tennessee because man, he could flat out shoot it, man. And I love his story. I love how he came from a small school, no offers and stuff like that or whatever. And he persevered. He worked. And his blessings came to him. So I love that. I did like to see the guard from UConn. I was a fan of him because I like, I was a fan of that. But shit, if you say, well, Omar, I gave you $5 million if you can name 5 names in the draft, well, shit, I'll be at work on Monday,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So that's just my take on it. No disrespect to anybody or whatever, but the game is changing, the draft is changing, and like I said, if you're not following those other leagues, those Euro leagues and those other leagues, man, shit. I mean, who's in the draft? Who I don't know. Shit.
Right.
So that's just
and I agree with both of you. I don't think, since I started watching basketball that I even missed the NBA draft. I think I've seen them all. And I agree that this is if it's not the worst or weakest draft that I've seen, it's definitely at the top of them. And a lot of these players that was drafted, we've never heard of, never had an opportunity to see. As O mentioned, a lot of them came from overseas, particularly France. There's a lot of proving these young men have to do once they get into the association, and that's starting even with the number one pick. And I did get to see the number one pick play once, and I want to say it was the year before last. They was playing in those World Games. I think it was 18 and under World Games. They played against USA, and him and
who was the number one pick? Cole and Mo.
His name is Zachary. I don't even want to butcher his last name, but his first name.
Oh, you definitely don't want me to try to say his name.
Yeah, you already know.
What's his name? What's his last name, Money Mo?
Man, I can't say it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Zach.
Let me look it up real quick. Go ahead,
we just gonna call the people Z. But yeah, his name's Zachary, and I seen him go head up with Bronny James and gang, and to be honest, Bronny James outplayed him in that game.
He did,
and so it's kind of crazy. But like far as this draft, it was like three people that was on my radar that I was looking forward to seeing the draft. That was Rob Dillingham, who was drafted by the Spurs, but was traded on draft day to the Timberwolves, what was even a better situation for him. And that's a great pickup for the Timberwolves. They getting a dog in Dillingham. And then, of course, Dalton Connect going to the Lakers. How he dropped down to number 17 and landed in the Lakers' lap, I do not know, because I only watched college basketball last season because of him. I was over my man's house last year watching college basketball. Like, who was this white boy playing for Tennessee? And he told me, I watched, he dropped. And that game I watched him play, he dropped 40. And I was like, so ever since that game, I was like, man, I was watching him every week. And then last person I was, had a personal interest in, was invested in, was my guy from the University of Dayton, Deron Holmes Jr. Shout out to Deron Holmes for being drafted number 22 by the Suns, but he was traded on draft day as well to the Denver Nuggets. Was even a better situation for him as well. I'm proud of the young man. So, but other than that, man, the draft was like falling asleep on that shit.
Zachary, is it reassured? Are we reassured that he is the number one pick?
Yeah, no, we not reassured because hey, you should be out in you should be out in the back. Today is a good day for you to pull that can up.
Man, who is this guy?
Yeah,
man, that shit was terrible, bro.
Yeah,
that shit was terrible, man. Like the draft, the NBA need to do something about this, man. Seriously, bro, because it is. Yeah. I mean, that's. Now, like I said, I'm never, because those gentlemen worked hard,
right,
to get there, and all worked on their craft and worked on their skill set. But I mean, what about the guys in college, man? It's like if you're in college, you like, well, shit, why am I going to college? I might as well go overseas and play after high school. I might as well go overseas and play, because that's where y'all going to get the kids anyway. So I might as well go over there and play and bump and average 20, whatever, some points, or average 15, learn a Euro game, because that's what y'all trying to make. That's what they trying to make it. They trying to make it the Euro game, man. And that, it's like these college kids over here working hard, playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all next thing you know, all these kids point. I'm like, man, dang, I see the point guard that was number one pick, high school boy. He was Bronny teammate at USC, Money Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the guy you was just talking about, Cuzzo? He fell all the way to Utah or something like that, right? He didn't get picked
that's right. I think that was Isaiah Collier, right?
Yeah. He fell all the way to 20 something. And I'm just like, I mean, like, damn, they taking these other guards from France and whatever, point guards over him. It's just like, well, shit, instead of going to USC, I might as well have went overseas and played in the Euro League or something like that, and played in one of those good leagues over there to work on my game, work on that professional game instead of playing in college. Get paid, I mean, because that's where y'all going to get the talent and evaluating the talent. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, and to your point, I think the draft leading up to the draft day, and even after the draft, I think a lot of the focus has been on Bronny James because he was the story of the draft because they didn't have shit else to talk about. Now, obviously, they still would have talked about Bronny James because of whose son he is, but I think he was even highlighted even more because there was nothing else in the draft to really be excited about. And so he was the story. So this is a perfect transition to this topic.
Figured it out.
We've heard a lot of criticism about Bronny James getting drafted to the number 55 pick to the Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of people using the word nepotism and LeBron James using his leverage and his position that he has in the NBA to get his son drafted into the NBA. What's your thoughts on that, fellas? Money Mo, I see you got something brewing in your head. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Money Mo, you got to go first on this one, Money Mo.
Man,
take your time.
My thing is, what are we talking about? This is the American dream. You come, you establish yourself in any profession, whether it's real estate, a lawyer, a doctor, and you create an apprentice, your seed, or someone else. The whole goal is to put them in that organization to try to put them in a place where they continue your legacy. They have to have a certain requisite talent, or then it doesn't make sense. So his son had enough talent to get drafted. Because I'm telling you right now, if it didn't make sense for the Lakers, they wouldn't have burned the 55th pick. They'd have just got him in undrafted free agency. So he had enough talent to get drafted. And yes, his dad's name put him in a position to raise a spotlight. But his dad earned that. That name earned that. So what we talking about? Yes, it's nepotism. And there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Jerry Jones' son, Steven, he ain't done shit to deserve to be where he at. Technically, right? His dad owned the team. He brought him up. He put him as assistant GM. And nobody bat an eye because that's America. It's what we all are striving to do. If I can do it for my son, shit, I'm going to do it. Oh, dog, if you know somebody, I'm going to hook them up. Kobe, shit, give me a reference. They in there. That's what we do. I don't have a problem with it.
Fact. Oh, dog, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
I'm a little different, Money Mo. I'm going to be honest with you. You know me, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Now, I don't have a problem with it. To be honest, certain parts I don't have a problem with. Okay? Like you said, I agree 100% with what you said. Right? Now, I do not think he would have had, if you take the name off of the James name, would he get drafted?
Probably not.
Probably not this year.
Right.
In this draft.
Right, but if anything, you would think this was the draft he would get picked because how terrible the draft is, right? But bottom line, it goes to exactly what Money Mo said. I wish when I moved out here to Arizona, somebody could fly me in right to Arizona State. I wish it was you was the head coach or something, Kobe at the football, basketball. Nah, he gonna be the new strength and conditioning coach. I don't care if you like it or not. That's who I'm coming with. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with that. The only part where I have a problem is where it might have been a gentleman who was working hard. Man, he didn't get that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? The LeBron. But shit, hey, that's on your father and your mother. Shit, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't understand why ain't nobody say nothing to Bill Belichick when Bill Belichick made his son the motherfucking special teams assistant coach and then made him linebacker coach and brought him up through the ranks and so forth and so forth. The same thing with the head coach of the 49ers right now. When his dad made him assistant running backs, whatever coach, So this shit been going on with other coaches and people for a long time. It's just the fact that it's LeBron James' son. You know what I'm saying? Now it's another thing. It's a double-edged sword. Now Bronny he got to go out and ball and make some plays.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so I ain't never had a problem with the LeBron James thing, or whether it was Deion Sanders' son or whatever. I embraced that shit. Because if I was playing against him, I'd try to pause. You already know. Every play, Money Mo. I'm following that nigga to the sideline. He gets some water, give me some.
As you should.
Yeah.
He go to the huddle timeout. I'm going to the huddle timeout. They're gonna have to push me away from the huddle.
Yeah.
Where is the after party? That's what I'm worried about. You
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
So I understand, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, like I said, I just feel bad for the kid that might have got that opportunity if he wasn't dead. You know what I mean? But that shit has all been in the works since they did the podcast with JJ Redick and all this shit has been playing. All Bron moves that you can always tell is strategic, right? Everything is planned out. We're gonna do this podcast. We're gonna show that JJ Redick is this. He's gonna show how he can use my son, spot up shooter. Now my son gonna come in, be a defensive specialist, play that D, such and such, do this, such, So all this shit was calculated months and months ago, years ago when he first said it, and shit. It wouldn't surprise me if he don't get his other son in there and play with both of them and then walk away. So yeah. But I wouldn't have a problem with it. Now if I was on the team, I'm cooking that nigga.
As you should.
I'm a cook. I'm a fried, whatever. Cooking. You hear me? I'm gonna try to embarrass the shit out of his ass.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
That's just me.
So my take on it. So I'm gonna list some names for y'all. Enrique Freeman, Melvin Ajinka, Quentin Post, Anton Watson, Kevin McCullough, Ulrich Chamachi, and Ariel Huckporty.
I know Kevin McCullough. He played for Kansas, right?
Kansas, right. But do you know those other guys?
Hell
no.
Neither the fuck do I. And those are the players that was drafted either before or after Bronny James. So, I mean, why not Bronny? They giving everybody else a shot to get into the league and show what they can do and make some money. Why the fuck not Bronny? And you got to take into account that Bronny went to the combine and had a hell of a showing at the combine. He proved at the combine that he was an NBA talent. And after he left let's say before he entered the combine, he was like, rated 200. They say he'll be drafted somewhere 150 to 250. After he left the combine, they say he's a top 60 player that was coming out in the draft. And we saw it, and we saw all the clips, we saw the YouTube, we saw the live pre-draft workouts and stuff. I mean, he was showing his skills. He showed his athleticism. He showed his shooting ability. He has an NBA body. Oh yeah, he didn't grow as tall as, probably LeBron and them expected him to grow, but still, he got a strong body. He's super athletic, and he shows he's consistent from shooting the outside shot. And he did enough in those pre-draft camps to earn him a spot in the NBA. So now I'm going to just rewind a little bit. We watched this kid grow from 10, 11, 12 years old. We've seen his progression right in front of our eyes because, I mean, we can't get away from YouTube and TikTok and all this stuff. We're seeing all of these clips. We see the AAU games. We see his workouts. And we see him start to grow taller. We see him start to get more athletic. We see his skills start to flourish. You hear guys that worked out with him like Gilbert Arenas saying about his motor. He has an NBA motor. And then we saw him in high school. We saw him progress from a ninth grader to a senior. And then guess what? he ended up making the All-American game. He was a McDonald's All-American. And even then, he was getting criticism then. Oh, because he LeBron's son and he was a McDonald's All-American. So his inclusion sparked a lot of debate even there. And then what he do when he go to the McDonald's game? He was what, the second, third leading scorer in the McDonald's game? He go 5 for 8 from 3-point range. And now they talk about, oh, he gonna kill when he go to USC. He one and done. He gonna get to play with his dad before his dad retired. Everybody excited about it. And then a young kid, unfortunately, had some physical issues that sidelined him from the game of basketball. He didn't even know if he was ever going to play basketball again. Of course, all the concern was on his health. Make sure he was fine. Make sure, he was here to live another day. Right. Miraculously and through the grace of God, he was able to recover and cleared to play basketball again. During the season, as the season already had started somewhere in mid-season, he trying to work his way back into the game physically and mentally. So people looking at his stats like, oh, he only averaged 4.8 points a game, this, that, or the other. Man, this dude was trying to get himself in mental and physical shape during the season. This dude just came from a career-ending sickness that he didn't even know if he was going to play in that. We already saw his talent coming into college. We already had expectations for him. So now that he's not playing that way, you can't just gloss over the fact that we didn't even know if he was going to play this season. You know what I'm saying? So now, we here. He get drafted 55th to the Lakers. To me, that's a great position for him. Yeah, of course, LeBron has something to do with it. I mean, because you think about the 55th pick in the draft, usually that's a draft pick that's insignificant. That's not really going to help your team win a championship for most times. You know what I'm saying? But for the Lakers in particular, this year was significant because his dad can opt out, can go to another team if he wants. So why not bring his son in? That's that carrot, dangling the carrot, bring dad back. He playing with his son. And then also out of all the draft picks that got drafted this year, who's in the better position than Bronny James? He's going to an organization where from the top of the organization all the way down to the janitors going to be there to ensure that this young man be successful. The other draft picks don't have that luxury. Like O-Dog said, they're gonna be getting bowled in the chin. They gonna be getting bullied out there. But he gonna be in a situation where even the players gonna be like, come on, Brian, let's get these shots up. They're gonna be trying to, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's somebody that's trying to get into good graces with LeBron, shit, I'm good with LeBron.
But Kobe, we got to keep it a buck here on the No Cap Sports Show, man.
Yes, sir.
And they all gonna be doing that because of Bron, because they trying to get more playing time. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
If you D'Angelo Russell, how you taking it? Shit. Come on, man. You also gotta look at it about the players that's dead.
I mean, look.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like somebody. If LeBron James, if he bring his son in and his son play your position, what you gonna do? You playing the 3, and all of a sudden he's 6'6", he do the same thing you do, and he playing your position. What you gonna do?
So this is why I say to this.
No. I want to know what you gonna do when you play.
But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. But this is what I say to that, because what you're saying is right. But bowing Bronny James in the chin while I'm saying during the inter squad scrimmage, when you playing on his dad's team and bowing another draft pick in the chin, it has two different meanings, because I can bow the shit out of Bronny James in the chin, play hard against him, dog his ass in practice, but at the end of the practice,
you might get cut.
I can dap him up, lift him up, like, keep going, young fella, keep playing. You played good today. I'm getting you. He's getting better. He's getting better by playing against that type of bump. I had a young freshman come in. I had a young freshman come in at Dayton. He was coming in. He was coming for my spot. I used to do that shit to him. I fucked him up. And he had tears in his eyes at the end of every practice. I pulled him to the side, like, man, keep working, man. You're doing well. You fine. And that was helping him get better. But somebody else in another situation, them bows in the chins is just bows in the fucking chin. They don't get it.
But like I ain't not to cut you off, but like Money Mo and I'm saying, because Money Mo don't even have to say it. We agreeing on this one. It's a difference when LeBron on your team, man. LeBron run that team, man.
Yeah.
It's a clip out there. If you look at the clip, to all our listeners and viewers.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it too, nigga.
To all our listeners and viewers. Money Mo, Eddie Kane, and David Ruffin. Listen. Hey,
I come see you. Oh, this is
hey, man, never mind, man. This man crazy. No, I'm saying though, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful how you go at what you call that might get you out of there.
Yeah.
You mess around, am I Money Mo on my line? You mess around, elbow him a little too tough, or you be a little too tough. Now all of a sudden your minutes is going down. Well, damn, why my minutes going down?
Yeah, it can't be from a place of hate or egregiousness.
I'm saying
but I'm sure LeBron would encourage, man, go at my fucking son, because he want his son to get better too. He want him
100%, 100%, no doubt. And he seems like he has. He seems like he has that, like that's what he want. He seems like that's what it is. But I mean, he the general manager, the head coach, whatever on that team. Like I was saying before, if you look at a clip, he talks about the young man from Tennessee when he was doing an interview during the season. They got a clip out there. You can look it up. He watching Tennessee, and all of a sudden they draft a kid from Tennessee.
Bad motherfucker.
Like, yes, he is.
Right. Oh, he can. No, hey, listen, I'm surprised he failed the way he did, but that's enough. That's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of people. The reason why they don't want to go to LA, it's a lot of shit you got to deal with. Just like when you playing with these particular the star of the league. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of superstars in the league. But when you playing with the star, it's a lot of shit you got to deal with, man. And that ain't, and now he got his son. So that shit is, that shit gonna be that locker room, man. And then you got this, this young coach that he ain't not a assistant coach, not a vice, a 10-day contract coach. He went from being a 8th grader, daughter's team to working with, calling the games. And now he is a NBA coach of one of the historic franchise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. If I was in the league, I'm like, man, hold up. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave this topic about Bronny at this. I already mentioned those names that was drafted before and after him. We didn't know who the fuck they were. And then in the first round with the 23rd pick of the draft, somebody drafted a kid, AJ Johnson, 19, 20 years old, who averaged 1.8 points per game, 1.3 rebounds in 7 minutes a game. The 23rd pick. Who had the 23rd pick? The 23rd pick of the 2024 NBA draft. This kid, AJ Johnson, he didn't have a school, a team, nothing associated to his name. All that shit said was USA. So I did some research, and the motherfucker played in Australia this past year and didn't do shit. So I'm like, we criticizing Bronny. What the fuck are we talking about? We got dudes going in the first round in the top 23 picks that didn't even average one bucket a game.
Milwaukee had
it is less than one bucket. You can't get a motherfucking layup every game. And we criticizing Bronny James?
Nah, but see, that's the thing. We ain't criticizing him. We saying, hey, that's your father. Your father got pulled like that. Man, ain't nobody criticizing Elon Musk.
He got drafted to the Bucks.
Yeah.
And Money Mo already said that. You late as shit.
Man, you know my internet.
You know about your internet. But yeah, man. Hey, listen. Blessings to him. Bottom line is, LeBron did his part, but he can't shoot that motherfucker for you.
No,
Yeah,
He can't
for sure.
play. He can't play defense. He
nope.
can help out, but goddamn it, good luck checking these point guards. Because
Yeah,
you got some point guards to check. Woo. Good
yeah,
luck.
100%. But he probably, I don't see him get a lot of playing time though.
Mm-mm.
This year, so he not gonna get hurt
He
too
gonna,
bad.
you think he probably be a develop? You know they gonna develop him.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
but you know, his goal definitely gonna be to play towards the middle end of the season for sure.
mm-hmm.
The Lakers
You know.
usually don't play young players anyway. Jalen Hood Shafino was pretty good at Indiana. They ain't
Yeah.
play him much at all last year. Max Christie is a guy that can ball a little bit, and they
Yeah.
ain't play him either. You know, they played the vets.
They just
So
gave him
what
some
point
bread,
guards
though.
do they? What point guards do they have besides D'Angelo Russell?
Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
Who?
Gabe
that?
Vincent. He
He
was the
played for
one.
Miami.
They got him from Miami. He was on that Miami team that he
Oh
played.
yeah, he played well in Miami. He could shoot it a little bit.
Yeah.
Hurt
Yeah.
last
He was injured most of last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. LA will do that. LA will do that to you.
Yeah. Hey, look, before we get out of here, let's talk about the free agency. Of course, free agency just kicked off this week. What you thinking? What you thinking so far about free agency? Start with you, old dog. What you like? What you don't like?
I'm simple with it. I love Klay Thompson going to Dallas. I love Klay Thompson going to Dallas, helping out, you know, them two guys out there, Kyrie and Luka, man, get some shots up. What else? Who else? Paul George. I mean, he should have been came back to the East. I ain't playing over there in the West. Come on back over here in the East where you had your most, where you was the most successful. I love that what Boston did. They took care of their players. They took care of White. You see what Boston, they gave him 130 something or one something.
Yeah, they gave him some bread.
Those are the stories that I love. Of course, the boy Tatum. Shout out to him. He did what I asked him to do. If y'all watched the No Cap Sports Show podcast, I said I needed to see him in Game 7 or Game 6 or final game. He did that. Salute to him. Never say another word about him when he came today. That man did what he was supposed to do, and even when he was off, he showed how he could help his team win. So salute to him, and that's the reason why they did win. But the free. So never that. But I like what they did with White. I'm trying to think who else. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. You know what I mean? But glad Klay Thompson got go to a team where somebody wants you and where they're gonna take care of you. But that just goes to show you could be the king of the city. You know, you thinking your shit don't stink, and you have a bad 2 seasons, and you know you off, and you know shit. They whatever.
Yeah.
They get rid of your ass.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about it. One thing about the NBA, one thing about the NFL, professional sports. There's always somebody coming up.
Yeah.
It's always. Go ahead, Money Mo.
Money Mo, what's your likes and dislikes so far?
Man, I would have really loved this if this was 2018 and not 2024. We got a lot of people on the wrong side of 30. And good on them and their agents for getting that last contract.
Yeah.
But in 2 years, when I see you, gentlemen, we're gonna talk about some bad contracts. Okay. I hope Dallas win this championship.
I know where you're going.
Hey, they got Philly, Dallas. Y'all got a small window before them check engine lights come on. I do like the moves, but you better hope all of it pan out. Because if not, you just tied up a lot of cap space with some 36 and potentially 37-year-olds in a few years. Because you got to be calculated with this thing. You know what I mean? Because you went after one Klay Thompson, but there's some comparable pieces that you could have went after as well that may have been a little younger. You know, you could have went after a Miles Bridges. You could have went after some of those other younger pieces.
Miles Bridges wasn't going no Dallas, man. Miles Bridges was going to go play with his boys, man. He wasn't going no Dallas.
So you think where he going? Where you think he going?
He what? You talking about Miles Bridges?
You talking about Miles Bridges, not
Mikal. Miles.
Mikal.
The young man that can stroke it. He got. Yeah,
he was at he came out of Oklahoma.
Shit, what Miles?
Was that him?
What Miles come
When
out?
Miles Bridges came, then he come out of Oklahoma. Well, wherever. I know you talking about.
Yeah,
go ahead. I got you.
You see what I mean? Like he's a younger, he's a younger option. He can shoot it. And the other part about it that I didn't like, me personally, because I like to think a little deeper in this thing. So one problem that Dallas had is on the defensive end, you had one player who was impossible. You couldn't play that motherfucker. Luka was just that bad at times. Kyrie tried. He's just limited by his physical abilities. He's small for his position, and he's not that strong. Right. Klay Thompson can't guard like that either. Now you're going to have three guys on the perimeter that can't guard. So when you go up against some of these other teams that have a Boston again, a Milwaukee, now that they're going to transition, they're going to make some moves, right? Knicks. How you going to guard? If the Knicks, who guarding who on the Knicks now? You ain't guarding none of them guys with anybody from Dallas. Not on the perimeter. At least Derrick Jones, he couldn't shoot right, but at least he could D up, and he gave you that effort. If Klay Thompson ain't hitting, he ain't even giving you effort on the defensive end. That's why Golden State had to bench him. It didn't have anything to do with personality. It had to do with the fact that he wasn't shooting well, and you couldn't play him defensively. And it's not his fault. He's just not the same physically. But to go back to free agency, I think this book is still yet to be written, because the way that the NBA put these rules in, I feel like they was Lakers and Milwaukee Bucks haters, because they want to see them boys get better. Because I started doing my research on the second apron. Man, it's hard to improve. Like you can't send out 3 players to get 2. You got to send out comparable salary. There's a lot of minutia. So that's why you haven't seen a lot of those other teams make deals yet, because they changed the rules in the game. So I think it's to be determined. But so far, old dog, I ain't mad at it. I'm just looking that next level. Like, is it for the headlines, or are we trying to win championships?
Hell, hey, nothing sparks your ass more than when you get cut from a motherfucking team, and then the motherfuckers say, we don't think you can bump no more. We tell you that shit. I've been cut. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. It's only 2 things that can happen. Your ass gonna either say, you know what, I'm about to prove everybody wrong, or shit, I'm gonna get this one last deal and I'm out. Fuck that. Crazy. But I think Klay Thompson want to show everybody, nah, y'all got me. Nah, hell nah. Fuck that. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do right, I'm gonna get right this off season, and I'm gonna show up to camp and I'm gonna get busy. So you're right, but one thing you said, Bronny, more about the boy, because the boy, didn't he go somewhere else? The one you said that played defense, White or whatever, he wound up going. Jones.
He went somewhere else because the money got tied up with Klay.
Right, he wound up going somewhere else. But shit, I mean, yeah, he hustling money more. Yeah, he playing defense because motherfuckers was sagging off for him so far. I mean, shit. It wasn't even, I mean, that shit was embarrassing, you know? So it's like, it's 6 in one hand, at least you got to come out and respect Klay, regardless 100%. If you're on or not, you're going to have to press up a little bit. And if you pressing up on Klay a little bit and stuff like that, that's going to at least open up some more room for Kyrie and them to move around a little bit. That's why I think they did it. And also Mark Cuban is a businessman.
Yes.
And Klay Thompson coming to Dallas, that arena gonna sell out. That is gonna be even more crap. It's gonna be popping.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to do good business moves. So what? Yeah, we got him on the last day. If he can give us half of what he was doing when he was with the Golden State, we gonna be all right. So we just need somebody that they think can shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah,
that motherfucker was hitting him with the Caitlin clock.
He with us.
Yeah, anybody going out. That's like when Fredo used to shoot the 3 of TC.
He with us.
Fredo. Hey, Fredo, get that joint at the top at that 3-point line. Man, be like, man, Run it back. Go ahead. We run.
And y'all remember that movie Above the Rim?
Absolutely.
Marlon Wayne's character? That was Fredo. Hey, he was putting the powder on his hand. He's like, I know I'm gonna get some PT up in this motherfucker.
Hey, Fredo came in and said, "Woo, where my jersey? Where my jersey?"
Oh man, y'all boys wild.
Hey, Kobe, you ain't shit. Fredo, we love you, bro.
Yes, sir. Big bro.
David Ruffin at his finest. We are the Temptations, and Fredo is David Ruffin.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody coming to see y'all. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Money Mo, Cobra, and Hope.
Y'all
You
think
can't rip like me.
Oh man, how boy wild, man.
Fredo, right now he cutting, editing this shit right now. I'm telling you.
I don't like that shit. I'm gonna drop a dime on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop.
Oh shit.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. But no, that shit's bad, man. NBA draft, terrible.
Yeah.
That shit was terrible, man. I was watching. I was catching up on the shot.
Yeah, me too.
Shot was good as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I slept on the joint because I couldn't get past the first 2 episodes. That shit was so slow. I was bored. So, but then I said, you know what, man, ain't nothing else to watch. Man, I done went through 3 seasons in about 3 days, 4 days. I'm floating.
Yeah.
That joint tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
So look, before we get out of here, fellas, any final words you like to say to the viewers and listeners?
Man, this y'all opportunity. Love them, hate them, whatever. Bronny James is gonna be in the building in the summer league on July 6th. You can come check him out and judge for yourself. Also, do not forget to check out the WNBA. There's a game on tonight. Indiana Fever, the Aces, Asia Wilson is gonna put on a show. So show them girls some love. I'm loving watching the WNBA. Summer League, WNBA. That's why I be in the Olympics.
Hell yeah.
Man, shout out to the young boy from Maryland, man. Shout out to Skylar Springs, nephew over there at Bullis, the assistant athletic director. Man, keep helping them youngers change that program with that mindset, man. Hold them youngers accountable and keep doing what you're doing, young man. And shout out to that young man, to be a 16-year-old Olympian, man. The fact that he's even going there on a trip, that is greatness, man. And that should be celebrated. That should be everywhere. Same way they celebrating Caitlin Clark and all this other stuff. And this 16-year-old kid should be on. This man should be all over First Take, everything.
Right.
I think he is the youngest, and I don't know how long or whatever, 50-some years, man. If not the youngest ever to go to the Olympics at 16 years old, man. They're going to be an alternate, in the 400. So salute to him, man, and
salute,
respect and honor, man, and good luck, brother.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For me, this is an exciting sports time for me. We got the NBA free agency. We got I'm a tennis guy, so
Wimbledon.
We got Wimbledon on. Last week, over the weekend, I just watched the Olympic trials. That shit was fire. I'm looking forward to the Olympics. As Mo mentioned, we got some great WNBA games coming, and then before we even know it, it'll be fucking time for football again. So I'm just excited. This is one of those years, man, especially Olympic year with sports. It's just all year round. You don't get no break from good sports. So I'm looking forward to it all. Hey, look, fellas, another great show. Viewers and listeners, we appreciate you rocking with us again. This is the No Cap Sports Show podcast. We love you, and we see you next time. Salute.
Salute.
Salute.